as a public figure, it's a dangerous topic. You know what I'm saying?
It is, but it's a topic that needs to be expressed.
That's the thing. It needs to be talked about, but to talk about it is dangerous. You kind of gotta, because people getting canceled just for having the wrong opinion about this.
But are they blaming people? See, that's the difference.
What you mean?
Are they saying names? Are they saying corporations? Are they saying this is the reason why? See, that's the different conversation. It's different if we're talking about and relating it to things that happened in the past. It's different if it's something that's generational. It's something different when we feel like it's their turn.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? It don't sound like you're bashing someone. It don't sound like you're trying to stop people from making money. That's the difference. People are putting the military behind it and saying this and that. People are saying America is the reason why this is happening.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they're getting banned.
I mean, if we gonna talk about it, we gotta talk specifics, because like the reason why it's a world topic right now is because of what happened on what was it October 7th, the terrorist attack from Hamas to
Are
Israel.
you talking about when they had the ships first in the ocean?
No, I'm talking about this
that was
past
first.
year. I'm saying, but I'm talking about the reason why we're having this conversation right now. The reason why the whole world is talking about it, because the reason that
a
global topic, and the event that a certain side would want you to focus on when talking about it is as if it's the first, you know what I'm saying, happening in this conflict. You know, it was October 7th when, you know, Hamas killed, how many people was it? Like 1,400 people or something?
Yeah.
Allegedly babies, and, you know, beheaded people and raped people and stuff like that. It was a massacre. They came in on like parachutes and, you know, like, I think they like raided a music festival or something like that, and like killed people at a music festival and stuff. And yeah.
Well, I mean, from them starving people and preventing people from getting rations and keeping them dirty and locking them up or hauling them off here and leaving them in a certain place. Of course, it's inhumane,
right,
and the wrong thing to do. But at the same time, what type of what are they are taking? Like, what type of attack is happening just from the people? What if some people are actually going in and try to get people to just move from an area, and people are actually heightening and escalating it due to them not even wanting to just rebel?
But see, you kind of skipping ahead, because like, we gotta look at it and talk about it in the perspective of
government,
what's going on. Because like, okay, when it first happened, right, like to a regular person, for me, like I'm tuned in on a lot of stuff, but I wasn't really tracking like the whole Israel-Palestine conflict. I had kind of heard about it before.
Yeah. I haven't tapped in with it yet. That's why I'm kind of on the listening right now.
Right, and for people like him, before we skip ahead to all the particulars and stuff,
I haven't tuned in enough to really have an opinion on it. I'm aware of the existence of it, but not enough to really speak on it. So I'm kind of
and I'm tapped in on the aspect of it's y'all turn.
Yeah, but we got to get there for the audience and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
because you know, when it first happened, I was talking to one of my homeboys back home. We were kind of talking about Israel, because I've been to Israel and shit. You know, I've been to Tel Aviv. You know, I know it's the Holy Land, and
very nice.
You would get the impression that it's the same Israel from like biblical times and stuff. Like,
it's not.
That was my impression. You know, I never really thought about it in depth like that, but I'm just thinking about Israel, Israelites. You know, this happened over here. You know, Jesus was. You know, all this stuff. I'm in Jerusalem in the desert and stuff, and. You know, and people go there to see those sites, and I just thought that was always the Holy Land type stuff. But supposedly, or pretty factually, Israel as a state and a nation was created in 1948. That's when Israel was established, and before that, it was Palestine.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And it was ruled by the Ottoman Empire and was a British territory. And
you referring to like the Bronze Age, like the later age?
Well, I'm referring to the 1900s.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like,
Gotcha.
and before that, the Ottoman Empire controlled the land. But on every map in them times, like thousands of years going back, like it's always been Palestine. But people will try to dispute that. But it was Palestine, and it was predominantly Palestinians living there, like Muslims, Arab people, and stuff like that. And but they was controlled by Britain because it was a colonized plot of land. You know what I'm saying? And then after the World War and the Holocaust and what happened to the Jewish people and the fact that they had been expelled so many times throughout history from every community and country they lived in, and were always kind of visitors in the countries they was living in, and kind of always oppressed in these countries and eventually kicked out. And then the Holocaust happened, and that was horrible. A lot of people died. You know, we live in Germany. We know the history and stuff.
Yeah.
And then the United Nations was formed, and they and some Jews that would be called Zionists would lobby the United Nations to give the Jewish people somewhere to go in the world to call their own and like make a state.
Yeah.
To become a nation and
Basically,
stuff.
they're part of the world where they could say, "Hey, no one can kick us out.
Right?
It's us.
This is our shit." You know what I'm saying? And biblically, it puts them in that part of the world too. Like, if you want to, like,
just correlate
the religious aspect of it and stuff like
So
that. But the whole what?
It's basically the part of the world where everyone agreed and said, "Hey, this is their land based on the historical books."
Well, not everyone. Mostly everyone, and mostly the people in power. Because this is where the thing come from.
Not in the essence of what but in the essence of what they're supposed to try to be. They are where that should be.
Yeah, right. It all lines up. But the only thing was this land was already occupied by the Palestinians and shit. And they gave them a deal. They was like, we gonna partition this land and split it up 50 roughly. And the Palestinians was like, no, because we own 100% or like 90-something% of it right now.
Facts.
Why would we give up like 40-something% of it?
Makes sense.
Just because you say so, you know? And but they said, well, we're gonna do it anyway. You know what I'm saying? And the Jews moved in with the help of the British and the United States, and
which makes sense.
And the thing that they called the Nakba happened. Mm-hmm. You know about the Nakba?
I don't.
The Nakba in Arabic, I think, means like the catastrophe.
Okay.
And it pretty much
N-E-K or
Nakba, Nekbah or something like that.
Nakba.
I might be wrong though, but it's the event, and it's illegal to talk about this in Israel.
Luckily, we're not in Israel.
Luckily, we're not in, but we are in Germany though. But I'm just speaking facts right now. No opinions, facts. So the Nakba happened, and that pretty much, without use of a better word, was like the ethnic cleansing of Palestine. They uprooted over 750,000 people from their homes and made them move to what is now the West Bank and the Gaza Strip. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And all, like it
wasn't an exiling. It was, hey, we have a place where you can call it your own and it's yours.
No, it was an exiling because this is our God-given land, and the powers that be said that this is our land now, so you have to get out or else type of shit. So they took people's homes. It's still going on to this day. Like a Jewish person can come from anywhere in the world and move into a territory that he can literally show up and say, I want this house, and you have to get out
because it's on the so-called
the Jewish land, and they have to
even
get out.
Even though the Muslims occupy it, like it doesn't matter.
They don't recognize their right to the land
because they have equal right. But now you're looking at people with money. So it's like this is ours.
So it's some people that actually you're saying are there that worked hard to be there, and
they live there.
They
live there. They've been there the entire time.
And the other people are basically saying, "Hey, it's our land, and
we want it back. Get off."
It's wild, man. And like
And to spit on your face, we're gonna offer you 50% of your house. Like somebody, like a man walks to your house and go, yeah, this mine.
And they've like fought wars over this.
What are you gonna do?
They fought wars over this up until now, and like that terrorist attack was just a continuation of the conflict that's been going on ever since they kicked Palestinians off the land. And they like not only kicked them off the land, but after Israel won the wars, they like trapped them in the is it the Gaza Strip or the West Bank? Because it's like a open air concentration camp is what they calling it. Because like they can't leave, they can't go into Israel without Israel's permission. Israel controls, it's like a big ass gate, and like IDF soldiers, like Israel soldiers patrol it all the time.
To make sure nobody enters. Like Palestinians can't walk down certain streets in Israel because they're like clean streets and stuff like that. And it's like, I don't know. It looks really bad on Israel's end. But it's like Israel is like the only country that I can think of. I might be wrong, but just that is made for a religion. You know what I'm saying? So it's like speaking out against something Israel has done is kind of like speaking out against a religion and a people that have been persecuted for a long time. So it's like they're really sensitive about criticism because they like, that's starting to become a template nowadays. But that's neither here nor there. It just sounds familiar to a lot of situations, where some people, you can't. What were you saying? We don't got to go down that lane today.
But it's kind of like that. But you kind of at the same time you have to have sympathy for Israel because I mean, and the thing that struck me about it is because like it hadn't even been a country like for 100 years yet. You know what I'm saying? It's like 75. Like it's Palestinians still alive that are like survivors of the Nakba thing I was telling you about, and will tell you verbatim what happened to them. Yeah, and stuff like that. It's countless videos on the internet of like Jewish people just walking into a Palestinian's home and like kicking them out, and like, this is my house now, Straight
everything up. You built, everything you brought up, just because it's on my soil,
or you
Same
dead.
Shit they did to the Indians. Same thing.
That's the thing, and it's like
it's a repeat.
All the like the U.S. is the ally of Israel. You know what I'm saying? So they can't really say. They are pushing for like a ceasefire and stuff because after
you got the money
after the attack, like Israel is just bombing the fuck out of Palestine right now. Just
personal.
They say some people say they doing it kind of indiscriminately because they bombing hospitals, and like almost 20,000 people have died in like on the other side, and they say it's collateral. The collateral damage is gonna happen because Hamas uses civilians as like human shields. So they like, we have to blow up the civilians because they're hiding hiding in the hospitals. So we have to blow up the hospitals because Hamas built tunnels.
Facts.
All through the ground in the cities and
they
stuff.
Just dropping bombs. Boom, boom, just
dropping bombs, trying to expose the tunnels and stuff.
No rations.
They've been living for a while now with no water, no food, no electricity.
And they dirty and fat, just handcuffed.
But somehow they still getting videos out of. I saw a video of this one dude. He was like, I was just in my house. I went outside to take a piss and try to get a charge on my phone. And look what happened to the building I was just in. And it was just a crater. Building gone. He was like, I was just in a room with other people and they dead under the rubble right now. I was like, damn.
It's happening.
But it's like you will get canceled.
To go outside to pee in the building you were in with people is gone.
It's gone.
Like that don't scare the piss out you. Whoa.
Like it was never there, bro.
But it's like crazy. Okay, Israel was established in 1948.
Yep.
But it's now it's newer generations that were actually born there, and now that's their land too. So what are they supposed to do? Just leave the land because of this decision? It's just like Americans in America. Like America was taken away from the indigenous people that lived there too, and it's like we can recognize that and maybe not to celebrate Thanksgiving or hail Christopher Columbus as a hero or some shit. But it's not gonna change the fact that okay, now I'm indigenous to this place.
Yeah.
So I can't just leave. And do I have the right to like protect myself in my now established country? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, even for the people that just moved there, just got land, got house, whatever.
I mean, if you just moved there, if you're cognitive of what the fuck happened on, and you just a person that moved there and kicked somebody out of their house and their family, then that's a whole nother story for me. I'm sorry, you're an asshole for that.
I mean, you gotta think about it. That person come back and try to get their house back.
But what's crazy though, it's wild because I just tuned into a show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I have spells where I don't watch TV, and I have little spells where I do.
Mm-hmm.
Where I tap in, just be like, what's going on?
Right.
What's the frequency of the world, you know? And I watched the show Atlanta, you know? It's been out a while, but it's an episode.
Great show.
It's an episode where they show black people get reparations in the form of people proving that I guess the white person owned their family somewhere.
Okay.
And it's an episode where a chick shows up to a man's house like, hey, your people own my great granddaddy back in the day, so therefore you owe me $3.3 million. And like the episode is crazy. It's real crazy, but it just reminds me of that. Like I'm sitting there thinking like, wow, that's so wild. But yeah, though, I mean that is a crazy thing when someone shows up and just says, hey.
I mean, the thing is, look, they like I hate to say it like this, but I mean, they got the balls to do it. They go, because remember, it's like we were talking about a couple of days ago. They show up to your house with that paper,
mm-hmm.
and you don't got the paper. And this paper tells you all about your house that you don't even know about.
Your land,
your
and
land.
everything.
You don't even know the square meter of your land. Right now, your house. You don't know the square. You don't even know where your land stopped. But guess what? Everything on this paper.
You could be marked because usually like you can have a fence marking or whatever, but really there is a measurement.
It's a measurement
that it stops.
None of us know the measurement of our backyard, bro.
Yeah, because I remember I was growing
it's
up.
Just our backyard.
I remember when I was growing up, we had a situation where in our family, like something happened and the measurement was off. And they realized the whole line they had been going on. I'm talking about decades.
I tell you what, though, I will say when it comes to everything that's happening in the world with the Gaza Strip, with just crime as far as the black neighborhood, black on black crime, white on white crime, I feel like it's going on everywhere. And it shouldn't just be
in different forms.
It shouldn't be, because it's just pain. At the end, you're getting away from what it actually is. If everybody just narrowed everything back down to the fine, I don't know, particle, I don't know, but if everybody just narrowed everything down to the one point that it's just pain, it's just gonna cause hurt, people just gonna keep dying. Like it's just no disregard, it's just no regard for life. You disregard life by just saying, well, them people, they need to get out the house.
Yeah,
you know they shouldn't be there. They could just start over. Nah, man, it ain't that simple.
Yeah, it's like the animalistic part of people.
It took over.
Yeah, you know that animalistic part of people, that little part that links you to the earth, that lets you know, okay, you're an organism, or you're here with the rest of the other species on earth. Mm-hmm. Just those moments where it peaks out and you realize, in some situations, some places, you're gonna see survival of the fittest.
Facts.
Some you can't prevent, some you probably ain't starting nothing, but everybody's looking, everybody's paying attention. One of those situations, if people get in on it, then it gets bigger. Mm-hmm. So
pause.
That was 3-pointer. But like basically, it's one of those things where you basically you just look at the situation and you just accept the fact that you can't. You the GOAT. He the GOAT.
I'm GOAT.
He the GOAT. But basically,
that's live streams, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, live stream, man. You know, this ain't none of that. You know,
it's the real deal.
It's the real deal. That's how it is in reality. No.
Yeah, just to bring you back on speed, I'll take a couple of that. It's all pain, bro, and it's like how are y'all stomaching just the people causing the pain? Like, you know, even being a soldier, former soldier, I was prepared to do whatever I had to do in Afghanistan. Right. You understand? So, like, whatever my ROE was, that's what was happening. So when I see what's happening, and I understand, you know, military ROE, but I'm watching, I can't put a name on it, but I'm watching guys that's not American soldiers donning the uniform, donning the weapon, which would appear to be an M4, M16, and also maneuvering a Humvee. So you got to understand how that frightens me in the aspect of how did you even get our uniform? Use our vehicle. Use our weapon. Not only that, use our tactic.
Right.
So it's a lot of stuff that go into when I see stuff like that, how they mimic what we do. You know, how often we've been betrayed and taught them some tactics, taught them some training to defend themselves, just for them to turn around and use that to take over and start a militia.
United States Army trains a lot of other forces around the world.
Oh, for sure. I know that. I was one of the guys.
When I was in Iraq, it was 2 Iraqi dudes living in my little tent or whatever.
I used to watch guys like that. I had a unit.
It was like translators.
I had a unit that trained. I had a unit that trained A&P. And next thing you know, when we leave, now they're the Arbaki.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I understand how it changes, and the moment the presence is not there, they just retort.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I saw the people that beg turn into, hey, they make you beg now. You know, I saw that, and it happens. It happens when you the dog eat dog. Oh, y'all not gonna be here now, and y'all gave me all these new things, these new skills. You know, I remember what they did over here.
I mean, the world is a dirty place with a lot of wars going on for different agendas, and everybody. It's the thing about it is like it's countries and the people in power making these decisions to, you know, have these conflicts and do these bombings and like blow up people. And like if something happened between 2 governments, they can like blow civilians up indiscriminately, who have nothing to do with what the fuck was going on, just because the person they want to kill is in that area and shit. They can just drop a bomb from a computer. You know what I'm saying?
But you understand how much money they make off collateral damage?
I don't know if they make how they make money off.
Let's think about it. It's an invoice. Oh, this is messed up with my city. I need this and this. They get the money, and now they just put a budget on what needs to be fixed.
Are you talking about the place that's bombed?
Think about it. That's money right in your pocket.
But that's wild as fuck for the price of like super duper innocent human life.
So governments won't do this? What do you eat every day, sir?
I'm just pointing out the fact that that's
a thing. What do you eat every day, sir?
And it's wild,
What do you eat every day, sir?
What do you mean?
I mean, it's safe to say that the food is poisoned. It's safe to think about it. We went when you were growing up, just as you was a kid, let's say 10, 11. Did you ever think you'll be eating 3D printed meat?
That is wild.
I ain't finna eat 3D printed meat right now.
You see my point?
But I see what you
But yeah, it's out there.
That's my point.
There. But, you know, there's a lot of shit in the food, man. A lot of preservatives and chemicals and all type of shit.
A lot of healthy shit, a lot of unhealthy shit. But at the same time,
I'm gonna
sip my glass of liquor.
Yeah, specifically to the conflict though, it's just crazy because it's a lot of whether side you on. It's a lot of innocent people like losing their lives over the shit, cause like and people protesting all over the world about it. Like that's the thing that caught me too, cause I was like, I never seen. That's what got me more intrigued in it, cause I was like, I never seen a terrorist attack happen, and a huge swath of the world supports the side that committed the attack. I was like, why are people supporting the cause, and what is the cause that they supposedly? It's the first time I like asked myself like, why did they do this shit, this crazy ass shit? Because I remember, Kyle, you made like, you know, when everybody was like, the most patriotic time in American history maybe was after 9/11.
I was tough to say that.
Yeah, I agree.
Nobody asked like, what did we do to make this happen? Everybody was just like, kill them all
up, blow them up,
blow them all to motherfucking smithereens.
Yes, that's exactly what America thought.
Weapons of mass. Say no more.
When they come to America, don't fuck with us, man.
Yeah,
it's
nobody
simple.
asked.
It's simple.
Why
It happened because it happened
It's
in
just
America.
understood. Get your lick back.
Yeah, it was just understood. Whatever. Like,
Hey,
we
whatever
going
has
to
to
war.
happen, don't let that happen again.
Bro, you just not punking
Yeah.
America. America gonna punk everybody. But
But
you not punking
that's what
America,
I'm saying.
bro.
It wasn't like that when that happened. But this time, and it was nobody protesting for
No,
Al Qaeda or
it's
Bin
not gonna
Laden
happen.
back then, you know. But one crazy thing is about it, Bin Laden wrote a letter to America like 20 years ago, and it it resurfaced like a few months ago, and he mentioned America's involvement in the ethnic cleansing of Palestine. Like that was one of the reasons why he said he attacked America. And like
And
that
then
shit went
years later it
viral on
happened.
Twitter. That shit went viral on Twitter because a whole bunch of Gen Zers was like, "Oh shit, did y'all know fucking Osama bin Laden was a freedom fighter for Palestine and shit like that?"
Yeah, but the media in America gonna paint you like this. Picture.
And when it went viral, because they had posted an old 20-year-old article on some prominent website, and then when it went viral, they deleted it. They deleted the whole article.
Yeah,
because they saw people rallying behind that
it's
section.
crazy for someone to be a terrorist to get his whole image flipped and become a.
Yeah, he mentioned all kind of other shit in there, like killing gay people and fuck your freedom type of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so they weren't gonna let him through, but
yeah. So, but people was focusing on the Palestine thing because of the conflict, and I just was like, why are people going through all this trouble? And then that's why when I like really died, because it's like Jewish people that are against the state of Israel and shit. Like I seen videos of like rabbis, because it's like, I may be wrong, but it's like more than one sect of Jewish people. It's atheist Jews and it's religious Jews, and then there's like ultra religious Jews. They call Orthodox Jews. They live in Israel. They the ones you see with the curly things,
Black and
walking
white.
with
They
looking
got the
kind of
hat.
like Mormons, but they got the hat looking,
the top hat.
The top hat
shit,
thing
yeah.
with the the long
Facts,
suit
yeah.
thing. They are like super religious
Like
Jews.
the Amish, they look
Kind of like the Amish, but like Jewish. Like all they don't work in Israel. All they do is study the Torah all day, every day, and the government pays them a subsidy to study like the Bible and be like as Jewish as possible and as religious and study like all like the women in the household. The women work and have the kids, and the man's only responsibility is to study. Dedicate their lives to it and stuff. And they believe, like it's some older Jewish rabbis that spoke out, and they was like, pretty much we don't believe in the Jewish state. Jews are not supposed to have a state. Because in the book it says that they supposed to be in exile until the Messiah comes back. And it's kind of going against their religion to even have a state, and they even call for like the dismantlement of the state of Israel, and they cry for the people of Palestine, and they recognize the Nakba and how wrong it was and stuff like that.
We have a message for this Nakba Day, for this 75 years of occupation. We want the world to know that what is being perpetrated against the Palestinian people, the oppression, the subjugation, the terrible cruelty, is not in the name of our religion. It is not in the name of the Star of David. It is not in the name of the Jewish people around the world who are true to the Jewish religion. Because we are Jewish and because we are true to our religion, we are in total opposition to the existence of the Zionist state of Israel. I call it Zionist state of Israel because it is Zionist. It is not Jewish. Judaism in the Torah forbids Jews to have our own sovereignty, our own entity since the destruction of the temples, and Jews true to the Torah never aspire or try to have our own state. We also are forbidden to kill or to steal. The whole concept of taking this land away from the Palestinian people, it is totally antithetical and is contradictory to my religion, Judaism. Jews have always, from day one, stood up against this Zionist entity. We as Jews continue Because we are true to the Torah, we stand and demonstrate, and we cry and suffer and feel the suffering of the Palestinian people.
And then you got Zionist Jews who are like, who believe who lobby to have Israel set up as a state and a nation, and who believe that they aren't supposed to be in exile anymore, and they're supposed to have a state, and they're gonna do anything to protect the state. And anybody who say anything about it got some problems.
They
Straight up.
Straight up.